Well, I was going to use these two separate pieces for two different windows, but I decided to just double pane this one. Ooh. I don't have enough stuff to double pane two more windows, so I might just insulate them over and then I could put more windows in the future. It's already kind of a lot of windows. I have that big huge one over there, and then like this one and those ones, and then this strip down at the bottom, and then the doors full of windows. So that should be enough for now. I screwed the second pane in here into the door metal. So both panes are screwed into the door metal, sandwiching all this caulking. Oh, and I left some dirt on the inside. Argh! There's also a bug in there that's gonna die and end up at the bottom. Oh well. Well, I fixed the water thing by sticking another pipe inside the old pipe and packing it with clay. It works pretty good. Actually, it's working better than it did before. More water's coming out here. And then I leveled the tub so that I can stand one of these up in it. And now it fills up on its own, because before I had to hold it. I did not fix that though. The solar heater thing, I'm just gonna do that in the winter in my fancy building when I have more time. Hello, it's Styrofoam Man. How you doing? That's right, after several days of stalling, doing windows and anything else I could do, I'm back to Styrofoam. So I did that whole thing yesterday, and today I did a bunch in the back corner here. Ooh, it's actually attached into the cliff because I didn't do the last boxes in that part. And I don't have enough boxes to do over there yet. But I'll put up whatever I have lying around. I still have a couple piles. Oh, and I just did around the window. See, isn't that special? Well, there's a windowsill. I made a really fat windowsill so I could put little solar panel gadgets in the window. Hi. And here's the inside. Now I often have to fit things into uneven places like this. And I'm sure there's lots of techniques for that. But what I do is I'll take the sheet of stuff and put it up here. Say this is my flat sheet of stuff. And then I'll just hold up like a tape measure or something that's a specific length and go like this and draw a little dot here, go over here, draw a little dot, then go up like this and draw a little dot here and draw a dot. And then I can join the lines and then, you know, cut the whole thing out like this. And then when I put it in place, it fits very well. And here, sitting in the windowsill, is a mosquito go-awayer. So now whenever the sun's out, these guys powered up and it makes this kind of like really high-pitched humming sound that's, you can kind of barely hear it, but the mosquitoes don't like it. Okay, now the hardest thing to insulate is going to be this door. I did make it the shape it is because I thought this would be the easiest shape to insulate, where the top half is one solid piece and it folds in, and then there's a hinge here and that folds out, so the whole thing just goes like, let me get my other hand, it goes like now I'm gonna put a strip of insulation along the side of the door that's attached to the wall, so that the door, when it has the insulation on it, will like smush against that other insulation and hopefully make a seal. So first I'm going to make those two side pieces, and then I'll put insulation sheets all over the wall or all over the door where there's no glass. And I'm using this yellow stuff. It's like 1.5 inches thick polyisocyanurate. It's gross stuff, but it supposedly works very well. I did a real good job of like making this taper to smaller up there, which wasn't the plan, but you know, that's just how it turned out. And I happen to have the same thing going on this side. Tapers up to the top. That's not just like perspective view, it actually gets thinner at the top. They taper the same amount, so I can take a piece of stuff that's the same thickness the whole way and just put a diagonal cut along it. So then I don't have to have a diagonal cut on a whole sheet, which kind of makes it messier to deal with. I think I forgot to show how well the door works too. These clamper things on the side hold it shut really well, and the door presses right on top of this piece of polycarbonate down here, and these pieces overhang so the rain comes down and goes off, and it's a really tight seal right there actually. Here's the zoomed out version, and they're two separate pieces. This bottom strip of clear polycarbonate stays in place when the door opens, but it's like in a little slot so I can take it off and put it somewhere else. But you know, most of the time I just want to open the top part and leave that there so, I don't know, like the mice don't run inside and stuff. Not that there's tons of mice, but I don't feel like running around the workshop chasing after mice. Ooh, isn't that nice? Clamp, open, clamp, open. So push on the door, it comes off its little bottom thing there, and it's hinged right over there. When I put the insulation on the inside of the door here, I'm going to have something coming through that I can hook like a rope or a cable to that'll go up to the ceiling. So, and that'll go to a pulley and something that I can pull down, maybe with a little counterweight, so that I can pull that and it'll pull the door up. And this little bottom piece slides right out. Anyway, the door works great, and I'm going to go insulate it now. Blah, 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 blah. And I hold it in place with blah, 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 blah. Oh, and I should mention that it's also much brighter back here at the back of the building, now that those windows are up at the front. Check it out, you can even see the cliff, which is almost black as it is. Now when I put insulation on the door and close it, it'll press up against that part in there. Well, there's a little bit of space, but I'll just put some weather sealant something in there to fill the space. Whoa, this is going great! That's overlapping about an inch, so I should be able to seal that with some weather stripping. And this goes right up to the window. Should be nice and insulated. I did screw it into the door, which means I've kind of messed up little holes of insulation because, you know, screws don't insulate very well. But I'll just put some foam over these or something. There's not too many of them. And I should be able to cover them over a piece of cake. Whoa, this is going great! That's overlapping about an inch, so I should be able to seal that with some weather stripping. And this goes right up to the window. Should be nice and insulated. I did screw it into the door, which means I've kind of messed up little holes of insulation because, you know, screws don't insulate very well. But I'll just put some foam over these or something. There's not too many of them. And I should be able to cover them over a piece of cake.
We should totally do.
Ah, crap! I'm out of spray foam again! Oh. Well, I just have this strip at the top, and then a strip above the door on the wall, too. Yeah? What's up?
Hey, there's 9 cans in my car.
Oh yes, let's go get the cans from your car, which are a mile away. Okay, let's go get them.